areas of the Nayar, Nambudiris. All the Nayars were only tenant cultivators. So whatever Nambudiris dictate, it has to be accepted. But I am telling you here, any community which is not willing to compromise will go down, however rich it may be. That is what is happening to Nambudiri today. That is what happened to Kotai Pullamar in Sirivagundam, Tirunelveli district. That's what happened to Teachers are happening to Teachers in Chidambaram. So you are restricting yourself and only inbreeding without adapting, adjusting. Your community will go down. Yes. Huh? You take the mic and tell me.
Sir, the year is still not clear because you said 1856. Then you said 13th century.
Okay. I will clarify the same. See, up to 1856, that is Chairman Perumal. That is Tamil King was ruling. Right? And he was responsible for Palani Murugan's temple uplift. And that is why even today, a large number of Malayalis come to Palani because of the Chairman's influence. He was vexed. He converted himself to Islam and went to Mecca. Even today, his death, burial, his samadhi is there. And after his death only, Kollam year starts. From Kollam year, Kerala did not have steady kingdoms. In Trangur, Maharaja. Then Cochin and Maharaja, both were accepted by the Brahmins. Whereas in all other parts, Brahmins did not accept it. And there were conflicts. These Nayar chieftains emerged like the Mysore Maharaja. Mysore Maharaja, the Sri Arangam.
That we understand. What I am asking is the year, the period.
The exact year, I think it is after 13th century. Because I have not mentioned the exact year of migration because we do not have recorded evidence of exact migration. It is oral.
It is not.
Gazetteer is not. It is gazetteer is not. See, during the Tipu period or prior to Tipu period, these people have migrated. Before Tipu building, with the Tipu's period, when Mysore was ruled by a Hindu Maharaja, he only was an example. From his time only, see, first Srirangapatna migration, subsequently these Nayar chieftains brought the Kumbakonam people. And they had untold miseries because only in the Agragaram, whatever is the Palakkad chieftain gives was the food. No land holding, no permanent income. They suffered humiliations. But this study, empirical study, pertains to 3 generations: grandfather, father, and present head of the house. So I am only telling you, between these 3, within these 120 families, we have 36 IAs. Then you can think of the other. And how is it possible? I was searching. Then the Agragaram types. You see, Nadar community had what is called Mahamai. That helped them to come up. Similarly, there are some social organizations, and only when we develop such socio-cultural organization and sustain, our emancipation will be rapid. If individually you move up, that's the individual rise and path, not the community's rise. That is where I am giving a spectacular example of the Hindi Brahmins. 2 years back in Madras, Hindi Brahmins had an annual meet. At that time, they felt that our people are not well educated, and in 21st century, higher educated individuals are necessary. In that conference itself, one day conference in which 28 lakhs were pledged and handed over to educate Sindhi Brahmins in Madras. Whoever wants to get educated, we will finance. One meeting in which day, so crores of rupees will come later. But spontaneously in the meeting, once when this was pointed out, how Sindhi thinks of the grandchildren's future. You have to be in business, but only if you are educated, your skills are developed now, that then you will be in the 21st century's businessman. That's why immediately the people spontaneously said 28 lakhs spot collection. And subsequently they have developed an institution. Yes. Oh, that is a fund. Business people, on the basis of turnover, 1% or 0.5% of the turnover, they contribute, and every month or once in a year they finally settle down. They have to show the sales tax bill and whatever is the amount they have to hand over. That's a common fund. From that fund, education loans are given, sick loans are given. If a trader loses his trade, he is a loss, they try to give him 3 times they will give one man to come up in life. They also have the Mahamai. What I am telling you is, unless as a group we identify, it is not against somebody else. It is for ourselves, for our own insurance. We have to build social networks, sustain such networks. Yes.
Larger social groupings. I mean, methodologically, there seems to be a problem. It's all right. It works with a few communities. I
will tell you the methodology we have followed.
No, it may have some similarities with Sindhi Brahmins or somebody else, but the basic issue is that when your sample size is fairly small, how do you come up with such generalizations for communities as a whole? I think there is a problem there.
I explain the methodology I follow. There are 76 identifiable aggregarums in and around Palakkad. We have taken up 10% of the aggregarums. Then by quota sampling, 12 from each aggregaram. Two-way stratified sampling procedure for this study. Two-stage stratified sampling. This is sufficiently from the point of view of research, it is balanced. But I am not giving you specific conclusions of, but what I am telling you is the inferences we have drawn point to the searches of the community, that is the Aggregaram Association.
No, you were drawing lessons, for instance, the plantation workers in Sri Lanka, and then who again came over to Nilgiris.
That is not, I am only pointing out as examples. Plantation workers in Sri Lanka, when they were driven out, we have put them in the plantations. And the children are now in plantations only. They have not made a social